Damn it. Oh, and I forgot. You think you have everything ready, and then you boomer, and then you don't turn on your soundboard. I'm one to where I try not to leave things just turned on, but apparently I fail. I can even see my printer in the background's turned on. I should just keep everything turned on, soundboard and everything. Let's try this again. Hello, I'm Power Cat Greg. I am a super elite host of the Power Up Podcast. It's a show that takes a look at what's happening in pop culture with the goal of keeping our minds sharp and up to date in terms of news, ranging from like video games, animes, what have you, all the fun stuff, with hopefully at least kicking up some nostalgic spirit. I take a look at what's good, what's bad, what's the ugly side of things. Sometimes even the spiritual warfare that's taken place. That's my twist that I like to bring to the subject matter along with my 2 cents. So if that's your thing, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on notifications to get notified when I go live, all that fun stuff. We are doing some retro gaming as well. I'm also trying to build a community for being the #1 retro gaming channel and pop culture channel in all of the existence and realities that we know it. Because who better than a ginger that is a super elite? Cecil Tessner over on YouTube has just subscribed. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Enjoy the channel. I appreciate it. But yes, we are live on the Big Five: YouTube, Rumble, Xkick, and Twitch. So I like to give people, if they have a specific platform they enjoy more than others, feel free to hop over on that one. And on X, I've got my link tree in my bio section that you can follow other social medias, pretty much like Instagram and stuff like that. I think I had a website on there that's like I haven't kept up with it. So, but in any case, we have some news articles that I've got lined up, raring to go here. El Stealtho Guapo Babo over on a Rumble has just subscribed. Thanks, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, the kind of the main thing we'll be talking about is, of course, more Roblox news. And apparently Mark Hamill, for some reason, his TDS is acting up again. So we'll see what that's all about. And then we got some other channel or articles, some games. I think Gamescom has happened, and there's a lot of games that were announced and stuff like that. So we'll take a little bit of look at those and all that stuff. So let's hop into it. Starting off strong with Video Game Chronicles here. And I don't know if anybody was asking for this game, but here you go. Atari is releasing a brand new Bubsy game. 40 is in development for PC and consoles. This comes from Video Game Chronicle. So apparently it was announced, I believe, at Gamescom. Let's see what the article has to say. By the way, these are all my first reactions to the articles, full transparency. The only thing I go and see is, if the title captures my interest, regardless if it's clickbait or not. And what you see is my initial responses and, try to be as transparent as possible. Anyway, so it's in development pretty much for all the consoles: PS5, Xbox Series XS, Switch 2, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Atari has yet to give a release date, but it has confirmed that Demon Turf studio Fabraz will be developing the game. Their description reads, join Bubsy on a new intergalactic platforming adventure. The game description reads, yeah, we couldn't believe it either. Well, I pretty much said I don't believe it as well. I got a chuckle when I saw it because I said to myself, who is asking for this? Look how up to date. I actually do not like this design. I'm not going to lie. I think the design looks terrible. He's more... I don't get it. This does not read like a cat to me. This is more like... Oh, what are those? What are those called? Caramel? Like those cats with the tufts at the end of their ears. That's what I'm thinking of. I mean, it's still a cat, but like this tail doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. I guess he's a bobcat, right? Uh, as you can tell, I played a lot of Bubsy back in the day, and by a lot back in the day, I mean like maybe the first level. More like a bridge too short. What could possibly go wrong? So the game's plot once again involves Bubsy's long-standing enemies, the Woolies, who have stolen all the Earth's sheep. Bubsy originally isn't bothered, but when the sheep return as woolly-enhanced Babots and wants to steal Bubsy's golden fleece, he heads out to stop him. Oh, never rub another man's fleece. The team at Fabras crafted this expressive new moveset to cater to beginners and speedrun enthusiasts alike, Atari said in a statement. Once you've mastered Bubsy's clawsome new moves, show off your skills by uploading your best level times to the online leaderboards for other players to race against. The game's description promises the following. Explore intergalactic craft-themed worlds, including each ending in a Bobot boss battle. New hairball form allows you to roll, bounce, launch your way around. Expressive platforming movesets supporting both beginner and advanced level play. Spend yarn to purchase stylish new outfits or collect a hidden blueprint. Each level to unlock new moves and upgrade. Tackle each level's time trials. Okay, we just read about that. Pretty much speed running. Chat with a cast of familiar friends, including Terry, Virgil, and Oblivia. Never got far enough in the game to know about those people. Positively funky soundtrack by Fat Bard, incorporating elements of jazz, big band, electro swing, and more. And in case you want to know, the original Bubsy game, Claws Encounters for the Furred Kind, was released on the Mega Drive Genesis and SNES in 1993. Well, might as well watch the video here.
Yo, remember me? Your old pal Bubsy? Your old pal Bubsy? From all those classic games you loved.
Was it something I said? What could possibly go wrong?
Forget about that. Let's talk about the new one. Bubsy 4D.
See, I do not like the way he looks.
Now
I do not like that, it's like almost like a mohawk. Oh, gosh.
Don't mind if I do. Zoink.
Looks very Mario
More moves than that
Odyssey
Italian
or Mario Super Mario Galaxy or something like that.
Ooh.
What could possibly go wrong?
What? Can anyone explain to me why I turn into a hairball now?
Because they got to make as many cat puns as possible. Oh,
Do any of these outfits come with pants?
we want to play as the original. You know it.
You know I've only got one brain cell, right? And it's working overtime on this baby. I'm sorry. I didn't even know they were still around.
Maybe. Well, there you go. That is Bubsy 40. Again, I'm actually not a fan of this look. Like, it really gives off people who think they know what cool is and they clearly don't. It's like one of those try hard sort of things. But if Bubsy is your thing, there you go. All right, this next article here, I've seen it making some waves over on X, I guess I should say, not in X, or on X. Bella Ramsey wants to be Spider-Man. Work with Pedro Pascal again, and Hollywood lost its collective mind about it. So this is an article from That Park Place. So sometimes the entertainment press can't resist making a mountain out of a molehill. Case in point, Bella Ramsey appeared to joke about playing Spider-Man at an HBO Emmys event Suddenly, Variety and other outlets acted like Marvel Studios had a new stunning and brave casting announcement. Bella Ramsey's Spider-Man pitch. Oh, she actually pitched like an idea. On the red carpet, she revealed she had only recently discovered Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man films, calling them incredible. No, Bella, they're amazing, but oh my gosh. Marvin. Oh my goodness. Anyway, asking about the role, she praised Tom Holland, but threw in a line, maybe they need to make a new superhero. I could be Spider-Man. Again, Hollywood just making her more and more masculine, just taking away being unique at all. That's it. That's the quote. A playful comment from a young actress who was clearly enjoying her time in the spotlight, but rather than treat it as the offhand remark it was, media outlets immediately jumped on the story as if Marvel is holding screen testing next week. Especially because the interviewer reporting was Variety's Mark Malkin, who would absolutely love a non binary Spider Man in his endless quest to turn all Hollywood interviews into a pride discussion. The reality, Marvel already has a Spider-Man and Tom Holland. His contract and character arc are a bigger question mark than anything Ramsey quipped on a red carpet. What Ramsey said was fun, lighthearted, and nothing more. But the media machine needs Marvel buzz, so suddenly we're asked to imagine Ellie for The Last of Us swinging between skyscrapers. It shows just how desperate the superhero press cycle has become. Every comment, every joke, every half thought gets turned into content. Ramsey wasn't laying out a career plan, she was just having fun. The other half of Ramsey's playful exchange was a nod to her Last of Us co-star Pedro Pascal. She said she'd love to reunite with him in a heist movie, just robbing a bank together. Again, it's a lighthearted line that Hollywood latched onto because they're beyond desperate to make Pedro Pascal work with audiences as a blockbuster draw. Yeah, and trying to make him like be the new definition of masculine, so ridiculous. So there he is hugging. I mean, he might as well be a she at this point because he is he's feminine than most women. It's interesting. Like the goal is obviously to make everybody like just be nothing because, you know, men can be women, women can be men sort of thing. And it just cancels out. Like he's more feminine than a lesbian and she's more masculine than a man in terms of like that persona, you know? So at the end of the day, you just get a big pile of crap. And it doesn't benefit anybody. But it leads to a more serious question. What audiences actually show up, or would audience actually show up for another Pascal-fronted project? And would we have to see this 50-year-old man awkwardly cuddling this 21-year-old during the press tour again? A few years ago, the answer would have been yes. Pascal was everywhere. The Mandalorian, Wonder Woman 1984, Last of Us, he had the internet affection, and Hollywood's full backing. But lately, the box office is telling a very different story. You have Eddington, I guess, flopped. Freaky Tales apparently flopped as well. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, cult favorite among critics, but financially weak. Materialist, a modest success. Fantastic Four First Steps, apparently collapsed. And then Weapons, the horror film that removed Pascal due to scheduling conflicts, wound up thriving. Oh my gosh, ouch. That says something. The string of underwhelming. See, when she lays her hair down, it's not as bad. The forehead is slightly more covered. The string of underwhelming results paints a clear picture. Pascal's overexposure has caught up to him. Studios may think attaching his name guarantees box office dollars, but the audience is no longer buying in it at the same level no matter how many times Ramsey brings him up. The conclusion, Bella Ramsey's Spider-Man line was, in this writer's opinion, nothing more than a playful aside, yet it became headline fodder, and her dream of robbing a bank on screen with Pedro Pascal. It's a fun soundbite, but it collides with the reality of Pascal waning pull at the box office, or actually being like a man. Hollywood is at a strange moment where every quip is treated like a franchise pitch because, frankly, the entire institution is desperate. Yeah, they realized that bastardizing a lot of stuff doesn't win people over, number one. Number two, that a simple copy and paste apparently doesn't work by just, a white, straight male, make it a gay lesbian, female counterpart, and it's going to be a success. That doesn't work. And then, of course, all of the satanic bullshit deep within inside Hollywood's asshole also just isn't working as well. Komanga says, hi, Greg. Hello. Hello. Ramsey's red carpet banner says less about her actual career trajectory than it does about the entertainment's press obsession with clicks and pushing specific narratives. Meanwhile, Pedro Pascal's recent run shows what happens when Hollywood oversaturates audience with the same face. Sometimes the story isn't what the actors say, it's in what the numbers say, and the number on Pascal are looking rough. Yes, sir, indeed. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, if that's all, is there an actual...
Spider-Man.
Okay, make that pitch right now to Tom Holland. You're out, you're in.
Tom Holland did a great job, though. so I don't know. Maybe they do need to make a new one for me.
I could see it. Come on, slinging those webs.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that your favorite superhero?
You know what? Spider-Man was the one with Andrew Garfield. Are there several with him? One of them with him.
This is so cringe. I'm not going to lie. This is so cringe. Now, you meet me in real life, I'll probably be talking about that too. But everything about this is just...
It was the first time
I cannot believe... Yeah, like, that's not even like a funny quip. It was like, oh yeah. Like, so uninterested. And when you have this guy...
Make that pitch right now to Tom Holland. You're out, you're in.
Tom Holland did a great
who
job.
sounds like a 10-pack a day smoker. Mark Hamill still suffering from TDS. Apparently so. We will get to there. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm not even going to listen to that one. But there you go. I didn't realize she was like from the UK.
I could see it. Come on.
I don't know why. I mean, not surprised.
Yeah,
something like that.
You know what? Spider-Man was the one with Andrew Garfield. Are there several with him? One of them with him was the first time I'd ever watched a Marvel film, and that was like 3 months ago.
2 months ago.
It was the first time.
Sounds like she has like a mouthful of phlegm. 2 months ago. I can't even do it. Oh my goodness gracious. That poor kid. I generally do feel sorry for Bella Ramsey. And I definitely do blame Hollywood for pushing this woke, non-binary garbage onto her. It's sad. All right. We actually talked about BioShock 4 in a couple past episodes ago. And lo and behold, we got some BioShock 4 news. Rod Ferguson, the closer who helped finish Infinite, is taking over BioShock 4. So the former Diablo boss is taking over 2K's Cloud Chamber. So the veteran AAA games producer who most recently helmed the Diablo series at Blizzard is taking over 2K's new BioShock studio Cloud Chamber. Ferguson has been appointed head of the BioShock franchise and studio head at Cloud Chamber, the company established in 2019, which recently announced the departure of its leadership. He wrote on social media, "Would you kindly allow me to share some news? Some of you guessed it, I'm returning to 2K to lead a series that means a lot to me as the new head of the BioShock franchise. I'll be heading up Cloud Chamber and overseeing development in the new BioShock game, along with franchise extensions like the in-development Netflix movie." He added, "While I'm excited to get started in the coming weeks, I recognize the studio's restructuring is a difficult time for the team. I'm deeply grateful for the work done so far, and I'm committed to building a BioShock game we'll be proud of, that our players will love. For now, the fire hose of onboarding awaits, and I look forward to sharing more when I can." And then according to Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier, Cloud Chamber is laying off an unspecified number of staff. Well, probably for good reason, because they were probably going to ruin the game. Earlier this month, 2K confirmed the Cloud Chamber studio head Kelly Gilmore had left the role, while creative director Hogarth de la Plante had been moved into a publishing position. The decision reportedly came after the next BioShock game, which has been in development for several years, failed an internal development review. There you go. It was probably really woke, and they realized, yeah, this isn't going to sell. We have been seeing this a lot. Assassin's Creed Shadows, failure. Dustborn, failure. What's that other one? Discord or whatever. Did I say Dustborn? Failure. What's the other one that I'm thinking of? Concord, I think is what I'm thinking of. I'm like, it's not Discord. I'm combining Dustborn and Concord. So, the appointment of Ferguson is significant, considering that he was brought in to steady the ship on the last BioShock game, BioShock Infinite, which I think is like the best one. So, pretty confident that it'll hopefully succeed. But if it gets stopped by a bunch of garbage, then it may fail. And do we even, at this point, because it's been in development for so long, do we even want it now? Over his career, the former Gears of War producer has built a reputation as a closer who helps bring troubled projects to completion. We were working hard to set BioShock up for the best possible future, 2K Games said in a statement earlier this month. Right now, we have a good game, but we are committed to delivering a great one. We are working closely with the leadership at the studio to define this path. Well, if you're putting him in there, you fired a bunch of people. Sounds to me you didn't really have a great game to start off with, and that you need some mega saving. Spokesperson confirmed leadership changes and said it was fully committed to ensuring we deliver a BioShock game that exceeds the lofty expectations of our fans. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, he's worked on it clearly. He has Gears of War under his belt. Can he save the game and make it into a success? I would actually lean more on the positive side. That I think that, yeah, it could be good. But then, of course, this has taken so long. Do people even care anymore? I do not know. So hopping on over to Fandom Wire here. I never checked. Oh, well, never mind. So Fandom Wire, fact check. Has Activision announced Call of Duty Black Ops Remaster? Now, I really liked Black Ops 1 and 2. So apparently, remastered rumors has surfaced online recently. And in this article, we clear all the doubts that arose because of it. So Call of Duty fans, things haven't changed, as Black Ops Remaster has not been announced by Activision, and there aren't any credible leaks to suggest it's in development. Furthermore, there are rumors that Activision scrapped Modern Warfare 3 Remastered, so chances of getting a Call of Duty Remaster are extremely slim. I don't know if this was actually to show something, but I just think it's funny that the post is no longer available. Moving on. Such claims came from internet influencers like White Boy Seventh. Or White Boyeth. I have no... Okay. But there's no official word backing these claims. The only game in full production is Black Ops 7, which was revealed at Gamescom 2025. Guess I could open this one up here real quick and just see what games we have here. I have some pulled up already, or at least games that look interesting to me. So why do fans believe Black Ops 1 Remaster will save Call of Duty from Battlefield 6 hype? So as of 2025, most shooter fans have sided with Battlefield 6 and consider the Call of Duty franchise to face a steep decline. Well, when they went full woke, that was the end of it. A large part of the COD community still prefers the older titles. Yeah, because, again, a bunch of woke garbage wasn't in there. And that would be the big fear of remastering Black Ops 1 and 2, is what garbage would they change or try to change to make it suck? Similar to what Activision did with Modern Warfare Remastered in 2016. Among the most requested titles, Black Ops 2 stands tall as a fan favorite. But again, the absence of new COD remasters in recent years begs the question whether Activision is even interested. If Activision doesn't catch up to the hype, then maybe the COD remasters might again. What up, the Nintendo DS collector? Woo, Power Keg Live. Yes, sir. I am seeing what's happening. We got some interesting articles so far. Activision is actively working on Black Ops 7 while Modern Warfare 4 is being worked on behind the scenes. Still, with the hype surrounding Black Ops 1 even in 2025, it's clear that nostalgia remains one of the strongest driving forces in the Call of Duty community. And this is where nostalgia can bite you in the butt. Because while we all reminisce about stuff back in the day, scripture-wise, obviously, interesting enough, I was doing some scripture reading, and the only topic of when nostalgia gets brought up is by Solomon. And Solomon pretty much stated that, don't try not to really focus too much on the past, because you should be focusing on the here and now and what God is going to do for that sort of thing. I think it's definitely that, but it comes down to a healthy balance. Nothing wrong with reminiscing about the past and stuff like that, but it can become a double-edged sword in terms of, if you try to touch it, can you even capture that nostalgia anymore? Can you capture that lightning in a bottle? A lot of times, no, unfortunately not. And as much as we would love a remaster of Call of Duty, do we even want it to be touched? I personally probably wouldn't want it to be touched, just because we see how Activision is nowadays. And it's like, no. So is Call of Duty Black Ops 1 still active in 2025? Yes, it's still active. On Xbox, most of the remaining community queues up for Search and Destroy or Team Deathmatch, while other modes are really popular. That's the other thing, too. Search and Destroy, Team Deathmatch. I liked Kill Confirmed. Other than that, I didn't care about any of the other stuff. Search and Destroy, like Capture the Flag. I've never been a big Capture the Flag person. As for the PC, the concurrent players lie around 650 players daily. For a game this old, still impressive. If you're looking to relive the golden days of COD, you'll definitely find a match or two to jump into. Either way, Black Ops 1 has stood the test of time, and fans still have love for the game. The nostalgia factor is strong, and many fans are still acting Activision for a Black Ops 1 remaster. Again, it may be strong, but realize of what Activision has become. And do you want them to touch something that you consider a classic? I personally, on this one, would say no. So the active fan discussions prove that while the player base has shrunk, the passion hasn't faded. So there you go. There's some info about Call of Duty Black Ops Remaster. And then through this, I opened up kind of what was shown at Gamescom here. So let's see. Apparently, we've got a Lego Batman coming, Ghost of Yode, which I'm not interested in. Oh, did they make something about the Wolverine game? Interesting. Okay, so that didn't really show a list, just a tag of what was happening. Hopping back over to that Park Place. Chris Pratt, known for being an open Christian, got some heat from it from Ellen Page, all that stuff. Apparently, Chris Pratt defends Trump administration and RFK Jr. And Bill Maher joins in shocking agreement. It's shocking. It's shocking that a conservative and a Republican or a Democrat agreeing on something? Who would have thought? Oh, how about way back in the day when it really wasn't that big of a deal? Hollywood has long been a place where public figures keep in line with the prevailing political winds. Speaking positively about Donald Trump or his administration is generally a career hazard for actors working under the Disney umbrella or starring in Marvel blockbusters. Yet, in a stunning turn, one of the biggest names in entertainment has broken that mold. Chris Pratt, beloved by audience as Star-Lord, Guardians of the Galaxy, went on Bill Maher's podcast and defended the Trump administration, earning rare public agreement with Maher himself. So, appearing on the Club Random podcast, Pratt rejected the idea that opposition to Trump should mean rooting for failure. He made it clear that regardless of the partisan divisions, the success of an administration should be welcomed if it means better outcomes for the American people. I hate to be so marred in hating for the president that any success for his administration is something I'd have an allergic reaction to, Pratt said in a statement that could be felt like a shockwave throughout Hollywood, where hating Trump has become a, in quote, failing industry. Hollywood is what it is. I want them all to be successful. Pratt specifically cited Trump's appointment for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Married into the Kennedy family through Katherine Schwarzenegger, Pratt has unique proximity to RFK Jr. and applauded his innovation initiatives aimed at removing terrible toxic stuff for children's food. Ryan is trying, says, "What up, Greg? Hey, dude. What's up, my brother? How are you? It's been a while. Hope all is well." The point was simple. If an administration is delivering on policies that improves lives, Hollywood shouldn't be allergic to admitting it. What happens next may have been even more shocking. Bill Maher, a comedian who has built a career as a liberal critic of conservatives, not only listened, but agreed with Pratt. "He's not crazy," Maher said, speaking to RFK. "What makes us sick is the toxicity." He later went on to note, "I said to him when he was here, I don't agree with everything you said, and I don't think your father would either, but your father would be so proud that you stuck to your guns like more than anybody. I mean, when this guy believes something, you cannot move off of it with your bribes. That's for better and for worse." I do like how he's saying that I don't think your father would either. Dude, I think RFK Jr. would know like more about what his father thought than you, Bill, but whatever. Maher has recently railed against what he calls pre-hating, the instinct to despise Trump or his allies before policies are even implemented. Here in real time, he validated Pratt's argument that reflective hatred helps no one and corrodes the culture. Maher has recently attended a dinner at the White House with Trump facilitated by Kid Rock, after which Maher offered Trump praise, much to the charging of the Hollywood liberal elite. And has been, and that's my bad, been real busy with work and extra curriculars. No, that's good, dude. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad. In a media environment where Hollywood voices overwhelmingly condemn Trump, this exchange stood out as a rare moment of common ground. An A-list Marvel star and an HBO host agreeing that civility and pragmatism matter more than political vendettas. So Chris Pratt is not a fringe player in Hollywood. He's the face of Disney's Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, the leader of Universal's Jurassic World series, which I stopped watching that a while ago, and one of the most bankable stars in the business. A figure with that level in the industry dependency on Disney feeling comfortable speaking publicly about not hating Trump's administration is extraordinary. Disney has leaned heavily into progressive branding over the past decades, and they got their ass whooped recently by Gina Carano. With Marvel often positioned as one of its most political vocal banners, Pratt's words disrupt that carefully curated narrative. Of course, Pratt has faced scrutiny from online activists many times in the past, like I brought up earlier when I saw this article. Broadcast left-leaning politics have been used to label him as different from his Hollywood peers, which in that world is a cancelable offense. But the latest move in his most direct statement yet, a willingness to defend a Trump-led initiative without apology. Why this matters. So I guess we have a reason as to why this matters, according to this article. Number one, star power. Isn't a supporting actor or fading celebrity? Most recognizable names in the industry tied with Disney and Marvel. The Maher factor. Bill Maher's agreement covers gives cover to more central-left figures who may feel exhausted by partisan vitriol. His platform amplifies Pratt's words, being conservative circles or beyond conservative circles. 3, culture cracks in Hollywood walls. While most celebrities avoid even a neutral comment on Trump, Pratt and Maher's conversation hints at growing fatigue, endless hostility. 4, Disney's narrative control. For a Marvel frontman to say this while working under Disney's brand dominance highlights how unpredictable and disruptive individual voices can still be. You said several, and you only listed 4. Maybe I should go on with the broader context. Pratt's comments arrive at a time when the entertainment industry has become more overtly partisan than ever. Studios leaning into identity politics, many stars using award shows to give a political speech. Dissent from progressive orthodoxy is often met with online mob. Against that backdrop, Pratt has chosen to emphasize unity. Even goodwill towards the administration is radical by Hollywood standards. The fact that Bill Maher echoed him underscores the growing realization that pretty much people are getting tired of, pretty much all the bullshit. And then this is just pretty much repeating what we just read. Marvel darling can defend Trump-era initiatives without flinching. Suggests the industry's careful and forced political uniformity may not hold forever. Okay. And if Bill Maher... Okay. That's a lot of padding for just like, yep, it's pretty crazy that this happened. Yep, it does this. Yep. So there you go. I do think it's funny that they said for several reasons and then they only list 4. You probably should have said for a couple reasons. Technically, a couple would mean 2. For a handful of reasons. There you go. It's like 4 or 5. Well, there you go. A rare win. And like I said before, Chris Pratt has faced scrutiny for, of course, being Christian, all that. Ryan is trying, says, a few. Yes, a few reasons. Good job. There's another one. Chris Pratt isn't only the one, I think my dyslexia kicked in there. Chris Pratt is not the only one making some strong comments here, but apparently Denzel Washington has as well. Hop on over to Fandom Pulse, and I actually saw this little bit of the interview involving cancel culture. Denzel isn't worried about it. I follow God. I don't follow man. I have faith in God. Heard this on a radio station down here in Texas, and interestingly enough, they cut out that portion, and I'm just like, It's like you missed pretty much the main substance of why you would say that. Denzel Washington made it abundantly clear that he's not worried about cancel culture and explained it is due to his faith in God. Did Pratt kill his pet goat or something? Pet goat? Not sure what you mean by that. It's the first time I've heard something like that. In an interview with Complex, Washington was asked about being canceled and immediately responded, "What does that mean, to be canceled?" After being informed it means to, quote, lose public support. So that's what it means to be canceled. Lose public support. That's what the interviewee said. That's not what cancel culture. It's beyond just losing public support. Everything that you've ever worked on and achieved should be stripped away from you, and you should be grounded into dust. And then the public will decide whether you're allowed to come back in. That's what it really means. But Washington responded, "Who cares? What made public support so important to begin with?" Boom. The interviewer, Jillian Hardman Webb at Complex, responded, "I guess because followers now are currency." Washington interjected, "I don't care who's following who, okay? I can't lead and follow at the same time, and you can't follow and lead at the same time. I don't follow anybody. I follow in heavenly spirit. I follow God. I don't follow man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man, but look around, it ain't working out so well." Forget about being followed, he advised. You can't be canceled if you haven't signed up. Don't sign me up. Don't get me started. My chest, and then he's like, my chest's starting to hurt. You know, my chest is getting tight just talking about this. I could care less. And here it is. Can we actually play it? Oh, here you go.
Being quote unquote canceled.
What does that mean, being canceled?
It means you lose public support.
Who cares? What made public support so important to begin with?
I guess because followers now are currency.
I don't care who's following.
Mm.
Okay? You can't lead and follow at the same time, and you can't follow and lead at the same time. I don't follow anybody. I follow the heavenly spirit. I follow God.
Amen.
I don't follow man. I have faith in God. I have hope in man. But look around. It ain't working.
I haven't looked into Denzel's thing, like his faith, because he's saying that, of course, you know, but we kind of know Hollywood. We kind of know Hollywood has if you're a Christian, it has to be a progressive Christian. So I'm not sure. I mean, it sounds to me like he's based enough to understand, like, you know, Christianity sort of thing. So the core of Denzel Washington's message is true. Denzel sounds old school. He does. Again, repeating what I just said, the core of his message is true. One should not live in fear of being canceled and instead should put his faith in Jesus Christ. Man, you had a perfect time to say one should not live in fear of being canceled, but in fear of God. You had a perfect chance, whoever wrote this article, to bring up that scriptural reference, but nope. As recorded in the Gospel of Matthew, Christ made this abundantly clear, telling his disciples, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body. This is a good one too. What you wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds in the sky. They do not sow or reap. They gather nothing into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are not you more important than they? Can any of you, by worrying, add a single moment to your lifespan? If God so clothes the grass of the field which grows today and is thrown into the oven tomorrow, will he not much more provide for you, O you of little faith? That's a strong one too. Definitely a good one if you ever suffer from anxiety. He added, so do not worry and say, what are we to eat, or what are we to drink, or what are we to wear? All these things the pagans seek. Your heavenly Father knows that you need them all, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be given you besides. Do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Sufficient for a day is its own evil. Ba-boom. And then Christ would reiterate this as Matthew also records, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks a door will be open. Which one of you would hand his son a stone when he asks for a loaf of bread, or a snake when he asks for a fish? If you then, who are wicked, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good things to those who ask him? And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. I would even go on to say, in terms of don't fear man, fear God. You have Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. You have Psalm 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So there again, coming from Proverbs. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. That one's a good one too. Especially with arrogance. You can be arrogant when it comes to the scripture too. But there you go. There's some scriptural lessons for you for today. Okay. Hopping back over to Fandom Wire here. Sekiro. No defeat might outshine the Sekiro No Defeat might outshine the Elden Ring movie as FromSoft's next big adaptation. There was another article from the sites I kind of peruse, but this one kind of, I think, will combine a lot of stuff. So the anime was revealed at Gamescom 2025 and may surpass Elden Ring movie with its faithful story and stunning hand-drawn style. I have not seen this, so this will be good to watch. From Software is expanding beyond just video games with the Elden Ring movie in the works, but it may not be the studio's strongest adaptation. Sekiro No Defeat surprises the world with its anime adaptation of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Let's give it a watch, shall we?
誰もいない道行く先のない
久しいな
Yeah, you can definitely tell the hand-drawnness. I feel like it's a combination of both, but you can definitely see the hand-drawing. Ouch. Boo, Crunchyroll. So the reveal trailer has instantly caught the attention of fans as they are surprised by its hand-drawn style and promise of a faithful adaptation. This anime has the potential to set a new benchmark and can even outshine the Elden Ring movie, excuse me, not rings, just one. When I said goat, it was a lamb that was owned by Pratt who was killed and then served as a lunch. LOL. Oh. I mean, I don't know. It's no different than raising a pig for slaughter, I guess. Farmers do that all the time. Reminds me of that, well, I mean, it's not uncommon. I shouldn't say farmers do it all the time. It's not uncommon. Reminds me of that Parks and Recs with Ron, with the company outing. And he brings the pig over. What gives Sekiro No Defeat a clear advantage over the already highly anticipated Elden Ring movie is how its anime style naturally fits its story. The shinobi wolf's journey through a Sengoku-era period is already written perfectly as it balances emotional stakes with breathtaking combat. It didn't look like the weird corruption, though, from, if I'm remembering when I played it. But who knows? Maybe they're in there. The anime will be set in the fractured land of Ashina, 2 decades after Sword Saint Ishin's Ashina's bloody coup. Wolf, a silent shinobi, is looking to find and protect the kidnapped divine heir as he faces powers threatening the nation's survival. The layered lore and retainer narrative lends itself perfectly to serialized storytelling. It's being directed by Kenichi Katsuna and promises to be a memorable experience. The studio's commitment to hand-drawn animation will ensure that Sekiro's every detail, from its immense landscape, fluid swordplay, and spiritual undertones, is brought out. That's awesome, though. Man, it'd be so nice if we could go back to like the OVAs back in the day. Instead of being a simplified retelling, Sekiro No Defeat elevates what fans loved about the game. These things position it as a more than just another adaptation, but as a gold standard from how From Software's worlds can be beyond gaming. Apparently it was a beloved farm animal, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's the first time I've heard about Chris Pratt and his lamb. Like, if it was sick, do you just let it get sick? For a photo of a butchered lamb after a month of silence, posted a photo on Instagram that seriously angered who gives a shit about vegans? Butchered lamb that personally raised and killed. His fans were already sad, but then the Hollywood actor blew up the signs with a video about his lunch. Pratt said that right before. According to the video, he ate spinach with lamb. The fact that he's raising it. Pratt said that this meat is for him, children, and friends, but maybe later he will share it with his fans. The actor happily announced that farming is his new passion. Some fans liked it. What kind of meat photos complete without angry comments from vegans? That's right, none. So Pratt. Yeah, okay. Like I said, farmers do this shit all the time. Gosh, these people can piss off. Bunch of turds. All of them. If you're vegan, go fuck yourself. You suck. Get with the program. While fans are wanting to learn more about the Elden Ring adaptations, already has major hurdles to climb. The game has a vast open world, deep lore, and player-driven storytelling, making it difficult to showcase in a movie. Yeah, there's like a bunch of mini bosses, so they're gonna have to pick which ones they want to show, and then how much in between are you going to show from transitioning from one area and then immediately just fighting a boss or something like that. Top of that, it's going to be a live action adaptation. That'll be Elden Ring. On the other hand, Sekiro is not only going to be an anime, but it also benefits from a focused narrative of a lone shinobi wolf looking to protect his young lord and has to battle gods, demons, and corrupted warriors. Can easily showcase the various themes explored in the game, like loyalty, sacrifice, and redemption, and each of them can be expanded upon in separate episodes in ways live action may struggle to capture in one sitting. I didn't see battle gods or demons, though. Or really corrupted warrior. Like, they didn't look too twisted, but, I mean, it could show up. With its reveal trailer already showcasing the great artistic quality, it arrives with momentum. The strong first impression combined with its clear storytelling advantage suggests it could eclipse Elden Ring's live-action movie as FromSoft's most impactful screen adaptation. There ya go. Yeah, and then okay. Apparently, I pulled up a video game Chronicle 1-2. Probably pretty much says the same thing. Announced during opening night live, Gamescom 2025. Be produced by Kodokawa, Kizzle.la, Arch, also unveiled with a brand new trailer teasing the lore and art style of the show. Debut on Crunchyroll next year. We are taking on the monumental task of animating the breathtakingly beautiful Sekiro Shadow Dies Twice, says Kenichi Katsune, director of the adaptation. In doing so, we are pouring every ounce of our artistic vision and passion for beauty into its production. The final product, it's being crafted to be a truly memorable experience, one that will leave a lasting impression on both dedicated fans of the game and those who are discovering the world of Sekiro for the first time. Please look forward to it. Sekiro Shadows Dice Twice is a game known for its precision and intensity, and those qualities carry through beautifully in this adaptation, added Asa Suhira, Chief Content Officer at Crunchyroll, and whatever. We're excited to bring Sekiro to fans around the world and honored to work alongside to expand this iconic story through the medium of anime. Just as long as you don't bastardize the localization. So far, you've been doing a terrible job on that, Crunchyroll. Creative team behind the Shadows has also been announced as detailed below. So there you go. Unless they're not even localizing it. Sekiro getting an anime, cool. Hate Netflix, though. There are ways to find it. Okay, so we have made it to kind of the two main items here. First one being more Roblox info. Yeah, apparently they're still continuing support. That would be Visa and Mastercard for Roblox, censoring adult games on Steam while funding a predator playground. So despite reportedly forcing platforms like Steam and eliminating legal adult-oriented games, Visa and Mastercard continue to support Roblox, despite numerous reports of predators using it to reach children. So when gamers noticed hundreds of adult titles suddenly vanished from Steam and Ichi.io this summer, the explanation didn't come from Valve or indie developers. It came from the banks, payment processors, Visa and Mastercard, working in tandem with advocacy pressure. force platforms to eliminate, quote, certain kinds of adult content or risk losing the ability to process transactions altogether. The move sparked a storm of backlash from developers, free speech advocates who decried the practice as financial censorship. Yet, even as Visa and Mastercard take a hard line against legal adult-only games designed for consenting players, they continue to process billions in payments for Roblox, a platform that has become subject of lawsuits, attorney general investigations, and damning media exposure for its child safety failures. The contrast is stark, and it raises uncomfortable questions about money, morality, and selective enforcement. Oh, well, I mean, it's not uncomfortable questions at all. It's all about the money. Morality completely out the window, purely demonic. And I do my best not to throw the word demonic around because I think a lot of people throw it around and they have no idea what the hell they're labeling and talking about. And yeah, selective enforcement. Yeah. So in late July, Guardian confirmed thousands of adult titles disappeared on Steam and itch.io, like we read earlier. Thanks to Collective Shout, Australian lobby group boasted for persuading Visa and Mastercard to cut off financial support from platforms hosting games with specific themes. Steam updated its rules to prohibit content that might offend payment processors. Retarded. Should have never bowed down to the knee if those games passed the established law already. Fuck the payment processors, which itch.io quickly de-indexed. Or while itch.io quickly de-indexed entire swaths of content to keep its storefront alive. And then they denied it due to this sweet community noted gay-ass response by Mastercards. They denied involvement, but both Steam and itch have shared their, pretty much the people are like, no, you told us to. Developers, including pride-centric creators, argue that Purge was overly broad. Games with artistic and narrative significance were lumped in with the most extreme material. Yeah, that's the big issue right there. Like, artistic and narrative significance. This, I mean, I don't really care what the Pride people have to say. They want their debauchery. So PC Gamer reported that the rule changes were less about law and more about keeping Visa and MasterCard happy. For smaller studios, the message was chilling. At the banks disapprove, your game may disappear. And of course, with the whole UK online safety bullshit now happening, and I think something else just happened that they're trying to do something with. Oh yeah, now they're going to try to go after VPNs. I don't know how you can do that, but now UK's like trying to go after them to say it's, you know. Oh my gosh. So contrast with Roblox, the platform bills itself as a family-friendly creative space, yet lawsuits and investigations paint a much darker reality. Louisiana Attorney General sued Roblox in August, citing years of failed moderation and weak age verification. Family across the U.S. also filing suit, alleging children were groomed, exploited, even abducted after encounters on Roblox. In one case, a 10-year-old girl in California was kidnapped following contact with a predator she met in the game. Whoa! Just process the money processor. Says Ryan is trying. Yeah. Wired reported that cases of child exploitation linked to Roblox exploded from 675 in 2019 to more than 24,000 in 2024. Uh-oh. That's not good at all. The platform attempts at reform, AI tools, ID verification, and experience restrictions have done little to stem the tide. Investigators argue the company's prioritizing monetization over safety, while predators continue to exploit loopholes. Got so bad that users were taking it upon themselves to become vigilante predator hunters to root out these dangerous actors. Yeah, and then Roblox responded by banning the vigilantes and claiming in statement that they're as bad as the predators for trying to stop it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You're just as bad as them. And it's like, dude, you guys failed to draw the line because you guys don't care. You guys probably don't even know what the line is, where the line is. You just want the money. And of course, the double standard. On Steam, adult buying adult-themed games face financial censorship dictated by payment companies. On Roblox, where systemic failures have allowed real children to be harmed, Visa and Mastercard remain silent. They continue to greenlight every Roblox purchase, even premium subscriptions, even branded tie-in, despite lawsuits and attorney general complaints. UK is so sad. My condolences to the upstanding citizens who live there and have to deal with it. Yeah, it's a big pile of fucking garbage, and hopefully, you know, they'll vote out all the people doing, you know. Yeah, I hope they can fight it. But fortunately, they are around the area where New Babylon will be established, so it's not looking good. The inconsistency exposure is a dangerous double standard. Adults lose access to legal games because they might offend a credit card company's brand guidelines, while children remain at risk on a platform that brings in billions. The selective enforcement raises pressing questions. Is this really about morality, or is it about the money? It's definitely about the money. We can't even say about the morality, because I would say these people have no morals whatsoever. Their morals is the money. That's what it is. Same with California. Well, California can just break off and go float into the abyss. Steam's adult games are niche, easy targets. Roblox, by contrast, is one of the most lucrative ecosystems in gaming, with billions flowing through Visa and MasterCard every year. Cutting off Roblox would be financially painful for Visa and MasterCard. Oh, the 95% of all credit card transactions, it would hurt them. Oh, boo-hoo. The result is a system where adult players are censored, but children remain exposed to predators. Yeah, it's like the complete opposite. And it's also the parents' faults too, because if you're just plopping this game in front of kids, like, you need to see what your kids are playing. And if they go over to a friend's house and you're really good friends with the family, then they should know, they should be aware of what their kids are playing and probably going to share with it, because that's how it happens. It's how it always happens. You're going to find the one. It's how I remember when I sadly first saw pornography. I was over at a friend's house whose parents, they had a computer, they had internet, and didn't, the kid could go on and do whatever he wanted to on the internet. And unfortunately, that's how it happened from what I can remember. But I mean, that concept still is the same. It still happens, unfortunately. Let's see. Visa and MasterCard act as judge and jury for creative expression, yet turn a blind eye when their financial partners face allegations and enable exploitations on a massive scale. That's the craziest part for me. Yeah, judge and jury on creative expressions on adults who had the legal right to make their own decisions and to buy whatever they want, but blind eye when literally, like, government legislation, like, being slapped against them. Whatever. Fucking scum, man. Venom Greg has a good, he has a good thought about it. I think whatever the situation arises, Venom Greg has excellent response. So, conclusion, pretty much just reiterating what was set up above. Contrast is indefensible. If payment processors like Visa and MasterCard want to wield the power to police content, then they cannot ignore Roblox. Until they apply the same scrutiny to the platforms where children are genuinely at risk, their interventions would look less like principled oversight, more like selective censorship driven by money. Komango, love that clip. Good. I'm glad. Took me maybe like 30 minutes to make or something like that. Don't remember. But it's beautiful. Mwah. But yeah, this whole Visa MasterCard things is insane.
How can this be? I don't understand. I'm a super elite. That does it. That's it. This planet is history.
There are times where definitely Vegeta should have just destroyed the whole planet. And also, as someone else who's also a super elite, it's disgusting. So, as if you can never get enough of Mark Hamill freaking out over Trump, apparently he had a major TDS outbreak happen recently. Somewhere along the way, he got this idea that Trump was forcing him out to leave America. But he refused. He refused. And yet, Trump has hardly ever mentioned him. Maybe even never mentioned him. And the most amusing Mark Hamill moment since he lost his pants on stage at an award show. We watched that. I'm not going to play the clip. The Star Wars actor has revealed he didn't follow through on his promise to flee the United States because of a mental moment of spite against President Trump that took place entirely within his own head. Amazing. Hollywood veteran Mark Hamill has never been shy about politics, especially when it comes to the Trump. He's been one of the most outspoken critics of the 47th president, regularly mocking him on social media. He read Trump tweets back in the day in his Joker voice. But in a new interview with the Times of London, Hamill revealed that Trump's 2024 re-election rattled him to the point of imaginary battles with the president in his own head. God, I hope you are wearing your helmet and armor. Hamill admits that he seriously considered leaving the United States altogether, narrowing down his options to either London. Yes, please move to London. Oh, that would be amazing. Or Ireland. The plan even reached the point where he gave his wife, Mary Lou York, the final say of where they would go. And I cannot picture Mary Lou York in my head. Oh. Okay. Anyway. Poor Mark, LOL. Says Komanga. Yes, poor Mark indeed. I said to my wife, okay, it's either London or Ireland. You pick. Hamill recalled. And then a week later, she said, so he says that to her and she doesn't even respond. It's like, then the SpongeBob thing, the SpongeBob narrator popped up 1 week later. She's like, I'm surprised you would allow him to force you out of your own country. That response, Hamill explained, flipped the script. Instead of packing up and relocating, he says his wife's words triggered a defiant inner monologue. My inner voice said, that son of a bitch, Hamill admitted. I'm not leaving. That was my best Mark Hamill impression I could do. It should be noted that we found no record of Trump ever admitting to force Mark Hamill out of the country, or even mentioning him by name in any way. Mark's TDS is so bad his clothes wants to escape his clownery. I know. His pants knew what was happening. Treating politics like a novel. Hamill didn't just stop at describing the relocation debate. He went further, explaining how he's coped with Trump's presidency by reframing the political chaos as if it were a sprawling work of fiction. The only way I can deal with it without going crazy and wanting to open my veins in a warm tub is to look at it like a thick, sprawling political novel, Hamill said. That novel, he explained, is full of bizarre subplots that sound outlandish, yet in his eyes captured the surreal nature of modern politics. Making Canada a 51st state? Do you know how offensive that is? Shut the fuck up, Mark. And then taking over Greenland and renaming the Gulf of Mexico? Oh, fuck off. The distractions are hilarious. Your mental gymnastics are hilarious, Mark. Gosh. Mark Hamill says, go force yourself. I say, suck my Sith. as far as I'm concerned. Force your feelings, Mark. You can suck my Sith. Hollywood criticism of Trump is nothing new. The unusual part here is that Mark Hamill isn't that Mark Hamill complained, it's how he explained his decision. By his own telling, he seriously considered packing up for London or Ireland, only to stay put because he didn't want Trump to, quote, force him out. This is how they do this is why I say, like, you know, when some people are like, well, we don't want to stoop to their level. It's like, no, just insult them. Insult them. Because they're going to do stuff like this. No matter what action you take, they are going to do some mental gymnastics to paint themselves the victim or somehow right in the situation. And the only way to make them like seethe and cope is to, you know, is to shame them right back. Shame them right back. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they're weeping and crying over it at night and doing stuff like this. Like, that's how they do it. That's how they handle that stuff. If you don't say anything, they're going to say, see, I'm right because no one's saying anything and blah, 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 blah. When you say something and they'll do the like, see, what did I tell you? I'm right and stuff. It's like, sure, whatever you say. Because you know once they sign off, if they sign off, they're weeping into their pillow. Anyway, let's see. That's not a policy debate or a career calculation. It's spite. Hamill admitted his inner response after talking with his wife was, that son of a bitch, I'm not leaving. So instead of a measured decision, Hamill framed it almost like a standoff of pride. Ah, yes. Pride. That worked out, like, in the beginning of time. That worked out when old Hillel was around God's throne and God saw inside of him the inequity. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him. Luke Skywalker didn't outduel Darth Vader this time. He just chose to dig in his heels to deny Trump the satisfaction. Trump, meanwhile, has never called for the removal of Mark Hamill from the United States, and we found no record of him ever mentioning Hamill by name in the past. Okay, now you're just reiterating what you said up front. Now you're just padding that Park Place. Come on. The big picture. So Mark's comments underline how deep the political divide runs in Hollywood. For supporters for Trump, the actor's story won't come across as courageous. It will sound like another example of a celebrity making politics personal to the point of melodrama. Even his fans may raise eyebrows at the idea that his decision to stay in America boiled down to spite. The larger point is that Hamill didn't cite policy disagreements, professional obligation, or family ties as the reason he remained. Instead, he admitted his motivation was not giving Trump, again, a person who has never directly mentioned him by name, the satisfaction of, quote, forcing him out. That's less about principle and more about pride. And that's him talking about the oversized ear bandage. What's up? I like McDonald's over on Twitch. Greg, hello. Hello. In the end, Hamill stayed put, not because of love for the country, but because of a grudge. And that says just as much about Hollywood's relationship with Trump as it does about Hamill himself. There you go. What a piece of garbage. What a piece of garbage. So those were the main stories I found that I kind of like pick as the main theme sort of place. However, let's not end on like retardation. Let's end on some cool stuff that caught my eye. Over on Niche Gamer, for example, like the Telnet RPG collection announced. Japanese developer Ida has announced Telnet RPG collection, a new collection of classic RPGs made by Telnet Japan back in the 90s. It's development for Nintendo Switch and will launch November 27th in Japan. Here's a rundown on the collection, plus its reveal trailer. Protagonist is a subordinate of the Demon King. In Dark Kingdom, the savior hero also appears as an enemy. Simulation RPG where a prince whose homeland was destroyed by an enemy nation leads monsters in his quest for revenge, titled Hyoden, the Oath of the Monsters. And an action RPG where the protagonist who is traveling races against time to clear the game and return home to save his homeland, titled Nogia, the Pulse of the Sea and Wave. And then these three distinctive RPG titles has been fully ported to the Nintendo Switch. And then you've got some essential retro game features such as Rewind. That's not a retro feature, Rewind. Save anywhere. I mean, that's just save states and encounter off. The gift selection offers digitalized paper documents such as an unpublished and rare concept. Okay, whatever. So Dark Kingdom, Hyoden, Mamano Tachi Tona Chikai, and Noiga Kafu no Kodo. And then I was watching a little bit of it because I was interested. Apparently, I was also watching Seinfeld. That's funny. So if you're into RPGs, this could be something. That looks pretty cool. Wonder if is it just for Japan? Because everything's in Japan, or is in Japan. Well, yes, it was made in Japan in Japanese. I'm kind of skimming through this in case Nintendo is kind of being retarded. That looks pretty cool. There you go. Looks like November 27th. So you got that. If you're an RPG person, that looks pretty cool. Now, this one looks awesome. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction announced. Publisher limited run. Fuck, why? Why always limited run games? Why can it not be someone else? And developer Bitmap Burrow have announced He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction, a brand new yet retro beat-em-up game based on the iconic Sword and Sorcery franchise. It's in development for Windows PC via Steam, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and PS5, though a release date wasn't announced. It's got a trailer. It's going to be a 2D brawler inspired by the iconic 80s cartoon, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. You can control Eternia's beloved heroes, He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, and more to battle Skeletor, Evil Lyn, and save Eternia from plunging into darkness. Fight through over 12 action-packed levels, character-specific moves, abilities, and power-ups. I love me a good beat-em-up, so this might be right up my alley. Battle Cat, He-Man's fearless feline companion, also joins the fray. Let's check it out. Oh gosh, they're using...
Not so fast, Skeletor. Whoa, what's happening?
Okay, first of all, could you at least get a voiceover that would at least try to match the voice of Skeletor? You know,
Castle Grayskull is mine. Not so fast, Skeletor.
Like, these guys sound so unenthusiastic.
Whoa, what's happening? He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction coming soon to all platforms?
Yes, it's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Dragon Pearl of
Dude, look at that. It's oh man, look at that. It looks amazing.
Grab a friend and fight for Eternia with 4 playable
What are those controllers?
Arcade controls. It's powered up pixel perfection for your gaming console or personal computer.
Dude, that looks so cool.
Dragon Pearl of Destruction coming soon from Limited Run Games.
Fuck you, Limited Run Games. Why do those assholes always get everything? But the game looks awesome. Reminded me of that Terminator 2D game coming out, and Shredder's Revenge, and I think there's a Power Rangers one. I need to play that one. But there you guys go. Let's go ahead and see what games were released throughout the years. With good old game facts. And games that are coming out tomorrow. Love the game, but limited run sucks. Yeah, they suck. All right. Ooh, today, Dead to Rights. Really good game. I love that game back in the day. They kind of tried to bring it back a little bit. I still haven't played that one. That Dead to Rights was fun. Dead to Rights 2 was interesting. A lot of unnecessary swearing that I remember back in the day. Steve Bloom, I think, did the main character's voice in part 2. But a really good series if you haven't played the Dead to Rights series. Really good. Power Rangers Wild Force. The Italian Job. Oh, here you go. Suikoden 4. Yes, very good. Very good. Two Humans sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Gotta play Dead to Rights. It's a fun game. Get the OGs, because they're gonna be there's boobies in there. I remember that. There's a little mini game where you have to. A stripper's like helping you out, and she like dances to distract people. So you have to like do a little mini button input to like have her dance while you see the guy in the background like just slowly sneaking by. It's pretty funny. Let's see what else. New Super Mario Brothers 2, Saints Row 4, Sword Art Online, Tales of Xillia 2. Oh, Femdom University prequel for PC. Black Myth Wukong 1 year ago. There you go. Femdom University prequel. It's a survival dating sim game, which is all about femdom. You are a student in a university of dominant females where you have to take care of yourself and survive. This is a survival dating game. Gotta survive or they're gonna suck your dick or something. I don't know. But that was today. That was on August 19th. Games released throughout the years. Tomorrow, what do we got? Outcast by PC. Armored Core 2, Another Age. Ooh, The Thing. I actually heard The Thing is actually a really good sequel to the actual movie for PC and PlayStation. Brain Age 2, I mean, we all know about those games, those little mini games they tried to sell back in the day for the Nintendo DS, like Brain Age, and there was like a Cooking Mama or something like that. I do want to play Trauma Center. Transformers, Fall of Cybertron. Oh, here you go. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Crypt of the Serpent King, apparently. I'm not familiar with these. They're bold here. Shadowrun, Hong Kong, Super Robot Tyson BX. The Yakuza Remaster Collection. I don't know how like true it stayed to the OG, but there you go. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution. Ooh, Battletoads for PC and Xbox One. Just play the original. And that looks about it. Cool. Well, I am done for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We were live on the Big Five, YouTube, Rumble, X, Kick, and Twins. You know, the thing, Joe Biden. He stole that from me, because that's what I say all the time. You know, your thing. What thing? The weenie tattoo. Huh. That's from Down Periscope. A underrated movie. Let's see here. Oh, Drunk 3PO's online over on YouTube, so we'll go raid that boy. And then for Rumble here, see if anybody we know is online. Rumble. Good night, Greg, says Ryan is trying. Thanks, guy. Ooh, Amanda. She's playing with Jay as well. I love Amanda. Wicked Virtue. Go check them out. Show them love. Show them support. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Help support the channel, push the algorithm. And if you want to go beyond that, you can always check out donations, super chats, subscription tiers, all that fun stuff. And I would say, meh. I don't think I'll be content creator program over on Rumble is a suckin'. So, but whatever. All right. Catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Have a good night. Take care and peace.